Hello and welcome to my channel, the place where I take you on RV tours, campground tours, to hiking destinations, and so much more. Now today I am going to be doing a pre-delivery inspection on this 2023 Jeanneau 795 S2. I'll be showing you exactly what you should be checking for before purchasing your boat. So let's get started. Welcome aboard. Now, one of the first things you want to do is check your purchase order and make sure all the items that are supposed to come with your boat are actually installed on your boat, especially the items that you had the dealership install afterwards, such as for myself, I requested a refrigerator and a bow thruster be installed. So let's go check for those items. All right, so here is my refrigerator, and there's the bow thruster joystick. So I'm just going to go through the list and make sure I've got everything, such as my mooring kit, anchoring kit, swim platforms, and so forth. Now, after having gone through all the items, I've realized that I do not have the windscreen cover or the bow ladder with wooden platforms, so I'm going to make the dealership aware of that. Next, you're going to want to make sure you receive all your owner's manuals. This one came with a really big full bag of manuals. And you also want to make sure you get all your keys. And I got quite a few keys with mine, including key fobs. Alright, so I just finished noting my comments about missing the windscreen cover and the bow ladder. So the next thing is to check for the engine wiring and harness as to the condition that they are in, if they are clean and neat, if there's any loose wiring, including cut or frayed lines. So let's go check it out. Now this is a brand new boat, so everything looks pretty good. I don't see any cuts or frays. Everything looks pretty much intact. So we also want to look for the battery and see the date on the battery. And that is right under here. Okay, let's step into this storage area. Remove the cover, and there's the battery. All nice and brand new, looks good. Next, we're going to check all the systems. So we're gonna head over here, the helm, turn everything on. So the Garmin is turning on. This is happening today. The radio works. Turn on the Yamaha controller. And that is turning on. Now we're gonna try out the water pump. Test the water. I did already turn on the water heater. So there is water, and it is nice and hot. So, okay. Now we're going to try out our cooktop. So I'm going to turn that on. Check each burner. And make sure, yeah, I already feel heat. Those work. Turn the Mac off. Okay, next we're going to try out all our outlets, USB ports, and 12 volts. So you can bring one of these things, little USB cord with a 110 outlet, something that has a 12 volt, and we're going to make sure all the outlets work. use my phone, so I'm going to try this one here. And as you can see, it's charging, so that works. And now I'm going to go throughout the boat and try out all of the outlets, all the 110s, all the USB ports, and the 12 volts. Alright, so all the outlets are in working order. So next I'm going to try out the lights throughout the boat. I'm just going to go around and turn them all on and off. This one is dimmable. So I'm going to check out all the lights. Alright, so I've checked out all the lights. They are all in working order. So next, make sure you have all the power cords that you are supposed to be getting with your boat. I have mine plugged in, and I did receive 2 power cords. You will also want to test your AC or heater if applicable. I do have an AC, but I don't have a heater. So the AC is on. There's the thermostat. It's working, and it is blowing out cold air. Next on the list, you're going to want to check your DC battery charging systems. So let's open this up. And it's located right there. And as you can see, it is working. Now you'll also want to check your battery disconnect switches and make sure you know where they're located. So on my boat, it is located right here. Now you'll also want to check your generator, your inverter, and your solar charger if applicable. This boat did not come with those, but I do have plans to have those in a future modification. Next, you'll want to open compartments, hatches, and doors and check to see that they are solid and that they close properly. So let's start with the bathroom door. Closes nicely. I'm going to check this large compartment area. Now this one doesn't seem to close. The hinges will have to be adjusted. And I'm going to go throughout the boat and check all the compartments and storage doors. You'll want to make sure there's enough storage on the boat for your style of boating. So you'll want to go through, and you'll be surprised. There's lots of little storage compartments that can be found throughout. There's storage all throughout the side over here, on each side actually. And those are just little hidden, not so obvious storage areas. Of course, there's the large storage area under the sink, storage in the berth under these cushions, and a large storage area under the dining area. So you'll just want to make sure you have enough room to bring along all the stuff that you plan on bringing. We want to make sure that all the windows and doors open without difficulty, so let's check them out. I'm going to start with this hatch right here on top. Slides very nicely. Now I'm just going to go throughout and check out all the windows and doors. Okay, I'm going to check this rear door. And I'm going to continue throughout the boat. You'll also want to make sure that all the seats and benches are firmly mounted, so you'll want to go through and maybe give them a little shake, sit on them, move them around. If they're supposed to be movable, make sure they function the way they're supposed to. Nice and sturdy. So I'm going to go on out and check out the rest of the seats and make sure they are properly in their place. Now, if applicable, you're going to want to try out all the berths, see if they're comfortable, if there's enough room, storage, lighting, and airflow. This dinette converts into a sleeping area. I'm going to start in the bow and check out the berth up there. All right, so I've gone ahead and inserted this triangular cushion piece, so it gives you more bed space. And check out all the room that's back here. Good enough room on that side, good enough room on this side, good enough room for 2 people, plenty of room for 1. There's a AC vent right over here, and I'm getting some good airflow. I'm sitting straight up, so lots of head space, plenty of room to stretch out my arms. Light right above, that is dimmable, and there's this hatch right up there. Love this berth area. Next, I'm going to turn this dinette area into a sleeping area, a second berth. All right, so these are the cushions that are needed to make this dinette area into a bed. So I've gone ahead and made that into the bed. Let's try it out. Really roomy and comfortable. So it appears I've got the cushions needed to make this dinette into a bed. Next on the list, we're going to check that the railings are firmly mounted and are tall enough, and do they provide sturdy support. So let's check them out. Pretty sturdy. Another handhold up here, nice and sturdy. I feel very comfortable walking all the way to the bow of the boat. Go back down the other side. Yep, feels pretty sturdy. Next on the list is to check the head. Does the toilet, shower, and sink function properly? Is there a drain pump, and macerator? Let's go check it out. So here's the head. I'm going to flip up this bench, open up the toilet. So I'm going to flip this switch over to let water enter, put it in the unlock position, and pump the water in. Water is filling up. Okay, so now I'm going to empty it, flip that back over, unlock it, and pump the water out. Lock it back up. All right. So now I'm going to check the sink. Step in here, put the bench down. So here is the sink and shower head. The water pump's already turned on. So I'm checking the water. Water works great. Now there is a drain in the floor to drain out the water, and here's the switch to drain that floor pump, and there's the macerator switch. You'll also want to know the location of your holding tank and the macerator. The port to empty the waste is right here on the side. Now we're going to start the engine when the boat is cold to check for abnormal sounds and to check to see if the engine makes any noise vibrations, which they call hunting. So let's go. Everything sounds pretty good. Next, we're going to review the marine electronics, such as the anchor windlass and night lighting. So let's head on over to the helm. So we've already checked out this top part here with the Garmin, the stereo, and the Yamaha. So we're going to head over to these controls down here, and we're going to check them out. So this is the lights. Main power switch is already on. Washer, windshield washer, wipers, left, right, horn. We've already tested the water pump, auto bilge pump, and the anchor. Now over here we have the trim tabs. You can hear them going up and down. And the autopilot, which we will test on our sea trial. Last and most importantly, you need to check for your safety equipment, such as your life jackets, your signal horn, fire extinguisher, and flare gun. We will be doing the sea trial in part 2 of this series. So I hope this video gave you a good idea of what to check for when purchasing your new boat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please join me for future videos. Come back for part 2 of this series for that sea trial, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.